All right, y'all, just a really quick update for you. What I have in front of me is everything I painted so far in May and kind of a bit of April as well. It has been a crazy kind of hectic time, so I'm glad I've got this stuff done. What I will do is I will go a little more in depth into this in a better video, but I did just want to make an update. I'm in the middle of a big basing session, so I put on the basing goop here. I use the Vallejo stuff. I usually like to wait until I've got a couple, a bunch of units to do, basically I think it's just more time efficient that way to do a bunch of units at the same time. So most of the stuff you've kind of seen already. I did actually manage, since my last video, to paint up 2 units of Victrix late Romans and these are Auxilia Palatina units. So I have been doing this massive late Roman project. Started on it, and I haven't really made a real video about it yet, but I will shortly. On my plans for that, I'm going to make a lot of videos around collecting late Romans and barbarians and all that kind of business. So that will be coming up ahead. I'll probably do some of that on Monday when I got the day off. So what am I hoping to do? So that game I mentioned in my last video, I really want to play this game of Dux Bellorum. That will probably be saved till, so at this point, I had some shit come up this weekend, basically. So that game is not happening, but it'll be next weekend. Or, when I say shit came up, I mean, I just end up having to have some plans happen. So I'm not going to be able to do the game, basically. But I do want to get another couple units done for the Roman side in that game. So over here, I started prepping the next batch. So I want to get some archers done, and then another unit, and some of them are over there, and then another unit of late Roman troops. This unit is going to be a little different. They're going to be more of kind of an Arthurian unit, but I'll go into that in more detail when they're done. So the last thing I want to show you, so I have been doing some conversion work. So I do want to get a commander done. So here's the first figure, light conversion. So this is actually a Westwind miniature, and they have a small, well, it's not actually that small, but it's kind of obscure maybe. Arthurian range. I mean, you don't see it publicized much, but the figures are actually pretty decent. So this is their King Arthur, but what I've done is I've stuck a Victrix plastic head on him instead of the metal head. So that was the light conversion. And then the other figure we got was a little more conversion work. So like Arthur, the Arthur model, so for his standard bearer, I did stick a Victrix head on him. And that's not because the Westwind heads are bad, but they do come with separate metal heads, and I thought it would actually just be easier to stick the plastic heads on. Nothing wrong with the Westwind metal heads, but this was just kind of easier, and also I think the Victrix, they're just a little more detailed. And I actually do like the Westwind heads, do not get me wrong on that, but I like the Victrix ones maybe a little bit more. And then this guy, so I was originally drilling out his hand for the standard, and I kind of screwed up drilling out the hand and just destroyed the hand to where it was basically unsalvageable. So what I did instead was I just cut the whole arm off, and I feel like the arm was at actually kind of an unnatural angle. Did some surgery at the shoulder, and I had to do some surgery on the Victrix arm too, but I glued a Victrix arm on with the standard. Now, unfortunately, the banner is a little bent, frustratingly, but I'm actually quite happy with the way this little bit of conversion work / field surgery turned out. But now I'm looking at it, it seems like the standard has glued on at a slightly funny angle. Maybe it's just the way I'm viewing it through the camera. Well, that's probably okay. But I'm rambling, as you can tell, and I'm just totally wiped out from the day, like next level wiped out. So that's it. And yeah, next step is just to get the grass and the tufts and all that kind of crap on these guys. And then I will be making, I am planning on making an actual real video on this project, what's going into it. And I do want to do some videos on how to make a late Roman army as well. But that is enough rambling for